In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my opinion on some high cap altcoins. I'm going to be talking about Ripple. I want to talk about Litecoin, Basic Attention Token, Cardano, Ethereum Classic. And then stay tuned until the end of this video because I'm going to be showing you an exclusive video clip of Elon Musk giving his true opinion on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So really great video today. Make sure you like the video, support the content, and welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily, where of course you subscribe for our daily updates, keeping you informed on everything going on with Bitcoin, crypto, the whole market. A lot of people have been asking me to give my thoughts on altcoins lately. As you know, I'm a big Bitcoiner personally, but there's no reason we can't talk about altcoins if they make the news. So let's start right here. Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse hints that Ripple, the company, could go public with an IPO within the next 12 months. He says this is a natural evolution for the company. He says, I think over the next 12 months, you're definitely going to see IPOs in the crypto blockchain space. I'm not sure that we want to be the first, but we certainly don't want to be last either. So I suspect we'll be on the leading side of that and not the lagging side. Personally, I'm neutral on this news. I mean, is this going to pump the price of XRP? Is this going to make people interested in XRP? You know, that remains to be seen. I can tell you if we were farther along in the bull market, it's news like this that would pump the price of XRP to no other. And of course, you know, Garlinghouse isn't even saying it is going to happen. He's just kind of hinting at it. So if you've been subscribed to our channel for a while now, you know that on a fundamental level, I don't see XRP succeeding. That's my opinion. That being said, since XRP is trying to position itself as an ally to traditional banking and traditional finance, an IPO probably would be the logical next step. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to pivot to a little Litecoin news. And this news is actually a direct response to what Bcash is doing. So let's read the story, then I'm going to give you my thoughts. Litecoin creator proposes that Litecoin miners voluntarily donate 1% for development. The Litecoin founder, Charlie Lee, proposed mining pool donations as a new funding method for Litecoin's development. He says, I think a better way to fund development is mining pools voluntarily donating a portion of their block reward. So, to elaborate, with 1% donated on a consistent basis, Lee's suggested solution would provide enough funding for Litecoin permanently going forward. He explains, at current Litecoin price, 1% of block rewards is actually about 7x Litecoin Foundation's yearly expenses. Even if a small percent of miners are generous enough to donate, the foundation would be able to put it to good use by funding development to work on Litecoin Core, Mimblewimble, Lite Wallet, LN Wallet, hosting the yearly Litecoin Summit, and pushing for adoption of Litecoin by merchants and users. Lee also confirmed such donations are voluntary, adding it wouldn't be right if it wasn't voluntary. So this is obviously a direct response to Bcash, who is making miners donate a certain amount of their block reward for development. And as Nick Carter put it, Bitcoin Cash, by making the miners do this, is dropping their veil of decentralization. Now, Charlie Lee, who's trying to chase a little bit of this story's clout, says, hey, I think Litecoin miners should do this voluntarily and we could fund the whole thing. In my personal opinion, yes, it could help Litecoin, but, you know, miners have razor thin margins. People just aren't going to do this, I don't think. If people did donate, if you did believe in Litecoin, it'd be a good thing, but I don't see it. It is good that, you know, it's just a suggestion and he can't control what Litecoin miners do. That's great because Bcash is proving just how centralized they are by doing that. So even if Bitcoin Cash making miners do this is good in the short term because it's going to fund their development for Bcash, even if it's good in the short term, in the long term, this makes Bitcoin Cash less censorship resistant. And if a cryptocurrency isn't censorship resistant, then it's nothing. So end that there. Moving on to the next story. Basic Attention Token ICO was fully compliant with all the rules at the time. This is according to their leadership, Brendan Eich. So this story is news because, as we've seen in the past year, the SEC has started taking action against ICOs and altcoins, which are securities. So we've seen the SEC go after a bunch of fraudulent scams, which is great. We've also seen the SEC go after some higher cap coins like EOS, which had one of the most successful ICOs at the time, billions of dollars, and they actually made EOS pay a fine, which was a fraction of what they raised. So they kind of gave them a slap on the wrist. Well, according to a report by Masari, they claimed that coins that could face similar fate to EOS, coins like Cosmos, Basic Attention Token, and Tezos, although they did add that they could expect leniency. Now, Brendan Eich, who is the CEO and president of Brave, recently spoke about whether Basic Attention Token would meet the Howey test, a test used by the SEC to determine whether or not a token is a security. To this, Eich responded that the team has no concerns as they complied by the rules present at the time of sale, adding that they've never had any problems and that they've been compliant ever since. So if you hold BAT, if you're bullish on BAT, this could be a good thing. They say they've always complied. Now, two more altcoins before we get to the video clip of Elon Musk giving his, as the headlines are reporting, his true opinion on Bitcoin and crypto. I want to talk about Cardano. I want to talk about Ethereum Classic. Cardano creator Charles Hoskinson unveils a collaboration with European Union Consortium. Basically, what this consortium is interested in is distributed ledger technology. They say although cryptocurrency has cryptography, which is inherently private, cryptocurrency is not as private as one would like, and this consortium is interested in making cryptocurrency more private. Charles Hoskinson, Cardano have joined this. That's the headline is the news. We'll see how that develops. We'll see if that turns into anything. This final story is perhaps one of the most interesting for an altcoin, which I find one of the least interesting. So the story is this: Grayscale to fund Ethereum Classic developers for 2 more years. Check this out. I want to hear your opinion on this in the comments. Announced Wednesday, the asset manager will continue to donate 1/3 of the management fees from its Grayscale Ethereum Classic Trust to the ETC cooperative each quarter through 2021. So for 2 years, they're going to fund this, 2 more years. They say it is a big vote of confidence, which we deeply appreciate. This funding allows us to continue our support of the ETC protocol and ecosystem. This is according to Director Bob Somerville. He says, we will provide grants for key projects as we have through 2018 and 2019. And I actually like this, decentralized projects need funding, and Grayscale is doing that. They've actually, since 2017, Grayscale has donated a total of $1.1 million, including $338,000 in 2019 to the cooperative, which funds development of the protocol behind Ethereum Classic. Now, again, this is really interesting. Grayscale manages some 80 million of assets in its Ethereum Classic vehicle, with nearly 10 million shares backed by about 0.92 ETC each. The trust controls about 14% of the supply of ETC based on the fund disclosures and data from the Block Explorer. The manager charges a fee of 3% of the assets under the management. So my original question, why would anybody care to fund ETC? It got 51% attacked a year or two ago. In my opinion, what's the point? I guess if you hold 14% of the supply and you have the institutional money, a portion of that in ETC, because that's what you offer, I guess you would want to make sure its future is secure. Now, Ethereum Classic, if you forgot, was created in 2016 as a splinter currency from Ethereum after the team leading the development for the latter made a controversial decision to roll back a hacker's transaction. So it is what it is, and it's good we know. So we're going to finish off today's video. I'm going to show you in a over 2-hour interview with Elon Musk. He talks about everything from Mars to Tesla to science, philosophy. In 2 minutes, in this 2-hour clip, he gives his thoughts on Bitcoin. And the headlines read, Well, Elon Musk gives his true opinion, and that's what I'm going to play for you. Now, I'll just give you my thoughts right up front. He's pretty neutral on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I think it's a calculated neutral. And he actually comes down on it a little bit. But what's most interesting, because I know he's smarter than this, he talks about the biggest problem is that Bitcoin and crypto is used in nefarious ways, like on the dark web. What's interesting about that is he doesn't mention that the primary use case for Bitcoin is its censorship resistance. And actually, Bitcoin being used on the dark web is a proof of concept in that you cannot censor it. And that's what's unsaid. So I think Elon Musk is smarter than this. Let me just play you the clip.
And you love code, but you don't seem to be as bullish on Bitcoin. Do you have could you break down like why? Because you're talking about this big database that's more secure for faster transactions. It seems like Bitcoin's hitting at least some of those.
I'm neither here nor there on Bitcoin.
What did you think when you read like Satoshi's white paper for the first time? Were you like, oh, it's pretty interesting? Or
That was pretty clever. It's just like the things. Yeah. This always gets like the crypto people angry, but there are transactions that are not within the bounds of the law, and there are obviously many laws in different countries, and normally cash is used for these transactions, but in order for illegal transactions to occur, the cash must also be used for legal transactions. You need an illegal to legal bridge. That's where crypto comes in.
So is it kind of the dark net stuff?
It can't be entirely dark, because otherwise how do you buy normal stuff?
True. Yeah.
And cash these days is used just much rarer. Mm. It's hard. It's like increasingly difficult to use cash. Some places you can't use cash at all.
Yeah. True.
So there's a forcing function for transactions that are illegal, quasi-legal, and in some cases legal. But they've got to have some. It's got to be both legal and illegal. It doesn't count otherwise. Otherwise, you simply it can't just be transactions within an illegal economy. Because how do you buy food in a house or something? You must have a legal to illegal bridge. So where I see crypto as effectively as a replacement for cash, but not as a replacement as a primary. I do not see crypto being the primary database. So now this is sometimes taken being like I'm being judgmental about crypto, and it's actually, I think there's a lot of things that are illegal that shouldn't be illegal. But so it's not as though I think that sometimes governments just have too many laws about that. They shouldn't have so many things that are illegal.
Didn't you say like on Mars there'd be less laws?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.